Welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this, you are on the second leg of my journey of moving out. This is a series called Toya Moves to Cali, and I'm just gonna take you through all the ups and downs of that journey. And so today is my last day in my apartment. The video previous to this is a MTV Cribs kind of tour of my room and my apartment with my wonderful roommates. So you should check that out after this, and you should definitely subscribe. So like I just said, this is my last day in my room. You might hear an echo. I don't have a mic. I'm not really like set up the way that like I should be for this video, but I just want to come to you raw. And this is just the closing chapter. So I am moving out of my current apartment in Brooklyn with my two roommates. Well, I'm moving out. I have two roommates. I found someone to take over my lease, and I am moving back in with my mom who lives in Harlem, going back to like my childhood apartment, my room. I'm gonna stay there for 2 to 3 months, and then I am going to move to California in January. And I was the last to say, because I feel like I've been saying I was gonna move to California for probably like the past 4 to 5 years. If you're my friends, you're like, yeah, you've been saying that for a long time. And then earlier this year, I went in April, and I was like checking it out again, and you know, trying to feel out if I felt like it was for me. And it's really hard to kind of gauge if a place is for you when you're on vacation, because you're on vacation and it's not the same as living there every day. But I wanted to take the leap. As a Harlem New Yorker, born and raised, I've traveled other places, I lived other places for like small stints of time, and I just kind of got a little bored with New York. And I know that's probably a very spoiled thing to say because it's New York City, there's so much going on, but I just want like a different environment, warmer weather. I love California politics. I think it's pretty, and I want to try it to also launch a new career. Right now I'm doing some administrative work, and I really would like to go beyond that. So we're in this box is distracting me. Okay, whatever. So yeah, to new things, and it's a scary process, and I think that's why I've been back and forth about moving, and I've even entertained other cities like Chicago. But change is scary, and I am petrified. I have had a pretty rough week of like crying and just feeling like scared and not even 100% confident in myself, to be quite honest. And it's important for me to be honest about those feelings and to work through them. And it's okay to feel sad, because you know, this space that I've been in has meant so much to me, and I've experienced so many things, like ups and downs in here, and it's really just like forced me to grow up. And I feel like, oh, like, okay, what's next? And a lot of things are question marks right now in terms of like where I'm gonna live in LA and what job I'm gonna have. And those things are stressful when you know you live in capitalism. We deal with capitalism and have bills and student loans and stuff like that. So I think I'm kind of in the sad mourning phase and getting to the excited phase. So, I'm also just trying to grind and save, and that's the point of moving to my mom's house for the next 2 months. So in light of change, I was watching Shannon video. I don't know if you follow her. If you don't, you should. She is like a relationship expert, sex educator, all that in one. Anyway, I was watching her latest video about change, and she does this thing every quarter where she kind of checks in with herself and lists her goals, and I don't do that, and I probably should. And she does a list of things she loves about her life, things she's neutral about, and things that she wants to change. And in inspiration of that video, I am gonna list the things I currently love about my life, the things I'm neutral about, and the things that I want to change. And then we're gonna get out of here, and I'm not gonna cry about it. Okay, so quarterly check-ins. The last quarter I think started like a month ago, so we're a little behind, but it's never too late to start a new habit. Change, right? So, oh, here's my list. Shout out to moles. They're not sponsoring this video, but I write everything in a mole book because I can carry it everywhere. All right, things that I love currently about my life. I love my friends, like love them. And I had a brunch here on Sunday, like a farewell Brooklyn brunch. And not everyone can make it, and that's fine. Sundays are hard. People are out here living their lives. But I felt like the people who can make it were supposed to be there, and it was just nice to feel the love, and you know, the love through the text messages, and even the people who couldn't make it. But I just feel like I have a strong group of friends that represent different things. I have like some creative people. I have some lawyer friends that's gonna get me out of jail, and you know, I have a plethora, diverse body of friends. And when I went to California in October, last October, I even met up with some of my friends who live there, and I forget like how many people I know who already live there, and like the tribe that I do have there. So shout out to my friends. Thank you for supporting me through this journey I've been putting y'all through some shit. Okay, other things that I currently love about my life. I love the things that I do for my mental health, which include going to therapy, which I know is super expensive. So like, I'm not trying to say that, you know, I'm not trying to force that on anybody. And working out is a part of my mental health. Like, you know, the results are cool, but I think the adrenaline and stuff that I get from like running, other cardio, and like lifting weights helps me. It's super hard to get to the gym, but I get there, and you know, I love it, and that's when I know I'm in a groove. When I stop doing those things for myself, that's when I know I'm kind of like spiraling down. What else? I would say that I just like the things that I'm doing for my extra education. Currently, I'm taking a Photoshop class, and honestly, I cannot stand my teacher, but I'm showing up and I'm trying, despite his teaching style of lecturing for 3 hours. I like that I'm putting in the effort and trying to take advantage of some of the resources that I have through my job while I'm still in New York. Other things I love about my life. Oh, okay. Am I gonna say this on camera? All right. The other thing that I love about my life is my relationship. You know, no relationship is perfect or anything like that, but I just like it. I don't really know how to explain it to people. It works for me. It's funny. I feel like he balances out some of my stress and stuff. And right now we're in a long distance relationship, and I kind of like it because I feel like it still allows me to balance and still like do the things that I need to do, because I like can't hang out with a person every day. And I think I'm one of those people sometimes that get caught up in like, you know, especially in the honeymoon phase, and I'm not the only one. So this is really helping me to have a balance of my time, to make sure I'm making time for my friends, make sure I'm making time for my blog, and just all the other things that I enjoy doing. So I do really like my relationship. I feel like it's very open and honest, and I really, really wanted that when I was, you know, thinking about that as a single person. Things that I'm neutral about. Okay, my Neutralist is weak. I just felt like my body, like normally I have like little things, and I could probably think of little things if I really think about it, but like I'm just like kind of neutral about it right now. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. Whatever. I'm not like picking apart myself. Right now at least. And that's like the only thing I have on my Neutralist, and I can't think of anything else that I'm neutral about. I think I'm neutral about my job, which sometimes are things that no, that's not true. I'm not neutral about my job. Like, I'm neutral about my coworkers. Like, they're totally cool. I like that. I like my current work environment. I'm neutral about that. Yes. Okay, things that I want to change. This list. My finances. I definitely want to figure out all this stuff with like my student loans and really trying to minimize my debt and get that, because money is a big stressor for me. The other thing, which kind of correlates, is the ways that I deal with my stress. I want to work on that. So with my finances, the goal is that I'm definitely going to meet with a financial advisor either by the end of this year or early next year. Someone to really sit down with me and, you know, who's an expert and examine it. I know a couple of things here and there, but I think that there's an advantage to talking to an expert, especially since I have like I don't know, I have like a 401k, I have like stock, like, I mean, it's like not that big of a investment in those things, but I feel like there's maybe a better way that I can be cultivating them and managing them and helping me generate income for my life. So that's another thing. The other thing is the way that I deal with stress, like going to the gym and therapy obviously helps me with my mental health, but I think stress is like sometimes I just let it debilitate me, or I really let it like seep into my other relationships with people or make me isolate myself. And I really just want to have yeah, I just want to deal with it better. If you have any tips, let me know, because I don't even know where to begin. Maybe meditation might work, and yeah, I have to make the time for that. So let's put meditation as the step to dealing with stress better. I'm reading a list here. The other thing I would like to change is my career. So that's why I was like a little hesitant about the neutral thing. Like, I'm fine with my job right now. I'm neutral about it in terms of the people that I work with. But I am very unhappy in my career. Like I mentioned, I am an administrative assistant. What do titles mean? I do a lot. I do website, social media. I do a lot for my job, but my official title is kind of just like program assistant. And it's not about the title, but I would really like to do content creation and writing and freelance work as a part of my career and not just a part of my hobby, which it's been. So that is a part of my move to LA, is to dedicate some serious time and energy to making that real. The next thing on my list that I would like to change is the amount of time that I spend on social media. And that, my friends, is my confession. I use my blog as an excuse for the amount of time that I spend on social media on my free time. Now, I am cognizant for the most part of how much time I'm spending on social media when I'm with other people. I do think it's rude to like be on your phone. I mean, unless you're referring to something or something like that, but I try to limit it when I'm having interactions. But I've noticed as of late, I've been spending a lot of time alone. This is me like isolating myself and dealing with stress. And so then I spend more time on social media, and then I start comparing myself to other people that I don't even know, you know, and like their highlight reels. And I'm sure I'm even guilty of doing the same thing. And then the spiral just gets out of control, right? And I'm sure I'm not the only person. So yeah, if you have any tips or tricks to it, I know I should probably just schedule times and stop using my blog as an excuse. Like, check it. I don't really want to check it in the morning. That to me is too much. But maybe checking it during my lunch and checking it after work probably would be best. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I don't know if I'd be being honest with you guys by saying that that's gonna start tomorrow. But I do need to figure out how to spend a little less time on social media for my mental health. And just like, who needs to be addicted to anything, you know? It's not good. And the other two things I would like to change is to generate some income from my blog, which also correlates with being consistent on my blog. And being consistent right now, I believe, would be once to twice a week. I'm gonna pick twice a week. And I'm gonna say that here now, and we're gonna see what happens. And yeah, that's that. That's like my quarterly check-in inspired by Shannon Brewery-Dram's change video. And yeah, this is it. This is my room. I've blabbed enough. According to the timer, it's been 15 minutes. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. If you have any changes that you're going through right now or thinking about doing, please comment below and let me know what they are. I would love to share if you have any tips or tricks for dealing with the fear around change and dealing with any of the things on my list that I said I wanted to change. Let me know. So yeah, thanks for watching. This is Toy from Harlem's last day living in Brooklyn. It's not like I'm never gonna come here again. And yeah, it's like a big step to an even bigger step. So I'm feeling all the feels. Thanks for watching. I gotta load up my car with all this stuff. Bye.